Why, hello and welcome to this little video that I have put together for you. So pleased and happy you've decided to stop by and watch it, because one of the cool things that I want to tell you about is, and I love to tell you about, is sort of figuring out these places where you can go and develop business, develop passive income that is relatively easy to get into, and yet the competition is relatively low, or still relatively low. And when my friend Amy Harrop was telling me about what she is doing in the educational, arena, that's when I like, oh my gosh, I want to bring this to you all. So I have Amy here on the line with us. And Amy, can you tell folks, number one, thank you for being here, and number two, tell folks what the big promise is?
Well, thanks, Daniel. Thanks for having me here. And yes, I'm really excited about this. EDU Profits is really all about getting into these marketplaces that have a lot of buyers. There's a high demand, and they're not overly saturated, and there's not a lot of sellers on there. And what these marketplaces are there for EDU printables. And what that means is that there is not a lot of writing. You can use rebrandable PLR content or public domain content, or content that you already have, and you can create easy to create and easy to consume educational products. And unlike some of the other marketplaces that are out there, you're not really fighting to get yourself noticed in this marketplace, because there's a lot of buyers, and they are buying this type of content all the time, and they need what you have or what you can easily create.
Okay, so and when we talk about printables or EDU printables, we're really talking about worksheets. Is that something that we would print up for the kids, and we give it, all right, to teach a particular concept or particular topic? Is that it?
Yes, that's part of it. Worksheets are very popular. There's also puzzles and flashcards, and even putting together things that might be more of a package for a course. Things like printables like worksheets, journals, things like that, that might celebrate a season or a simple historical event, are very popular. And inside the training, I actually go into some of the hottest topics and niches that you can start with, so you can get up and running quickly.
Okay, can you give us one? Just throw one out. And
sure. Minecraft is very popular.
Okay.
Minecraft, and teachers who are able to put together educational training around some of the Minecraft basics, kids love it. And I've even included a little mini report on Minecraft resources and places where you can get content quickly and easily inside the training.
Okay, cool. And the other thing that I loved about this, when you started to tell me about it, is the fact that really it's not, I wouldn't call this necessarily no content, because there's certainly some content here in most cases. Although I guess with journals that could be, no content, but it's relatively little content. It's not going to take a long time to create these sheets, essentially, right?
That's right. These are very easy to create because you're going to have images. They're image based, and I show you where you can get images. And when you do have written content, it's going to be something that is maybe just a few sentences or a few questions. Or if you're doing something like cards, and with cards, you don't have to print them or anything. With those, you just give them the digital download and they do it themselves. You might even just have a picture with like a word or something like that. So the content, and if you're doing a puzzle, it might just be like a word search, which you can get done online with a computer generated online, which I talk about for free as well. So you are putting together those types of elements that have a lot of value for the teacher, the tutor, the homeschooling parent, but don't actually take you very long to put together at all.
Awesome. Right. And again, this could be from, I guess, from early learners to more advanced, even high school, right? I mean,
right.
Potentially.
And it runs the gamut. And I also share with you how you can categorize what you're doing and what to focus on, so people can find what they need quickly and easily with the keywords that you're using things along those lines. One of the best ones are, you know, preschoolers and like first to third grade, because they're still learning some of the really basic concepts and, you know, shapes, numbers, multiplication, things like that. And again, those are easy to get on there in terms of a worksheet or a response sheet or a puzzle or a game or a flashcard.
Yeah, and you know, the other really cool thing that I love about that, and I've actually been thinking about doing a series of board books based on public domain characters like Goldilocks and Cinderella and Snow White and Red Riding Hood, and you know, all these things, all these characters that are a part of the sort of the public psyche, right? We all know about them, and it's something we don't have to like introduce as a character because they're you know, we've already well developed them, but yet because they're public domain, we too can develop materials around these characters as well.
Very true. In fact, I was just thinking when you said that, like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, well, you could use that to teach like greater than, equal to, or more than, because, you know, when she goes to visit them, like the porridge, one porridge is too hot, one's too cold, and one's just right. And I was just thinking of that when you were talking. So
Nice.
characters
Cool.
are great.
So, right. And I've put together a very special deal for my community. Can you tell folks about that and what they might see a little further down this page?
Sure. Well, you're going to get the complete training, and it also comes with a quick start guide, 3 videos, and 2 really great bonuses. And you're going to be getting that at the discounted price of $10 off the normal price. And it's, you know, going to be helping you get up and started with these very, very quickly.
Awesome. Also, what I would like to do, because I think it just marches in lockstep with what you've created, is I've got a special course on how to go about taking PLR and public domain rights material and making it your own, which I think would be really a great fit and a great adjunct to what you're doing. So I'm going to throw that in as an additional bonus. But of course, you must act within the perimeters or the guidelines of this particular offer. So what I would suggest you do is scroll down the page, read the page, understand the offer, and if it appeals to you, and I think it will, go ahead and grab this at this very, very special deal. And anything else that I should have asked you about, Amy, but didn't.
Well, thanks for that bonus. That's great. And I just want to emphasize that you do not need to have any teaching or educational experience with this at all. I give you everything you need to do to get started inside the training and to get your printables done quickly and up on those marketplaces so you can start getting those passive income streams.
Absolutely. You know, and that's just one other thing that really attracted me to this particular offer is the fact that, you know, marketplaces like Etsy, but I know you recommend Etsy, but marketplace, the big marketplaces, Etsy and Amazon, they can be so crowded and so competitive. With what you teach, you're actually introducing us to marketplaces that don't have that sort of competition and that aren't rife with a bunch of marketers, right?
That's very true. These marketplaces have buyers and sellers, but they're not oversaturated and they're not so full of marketers where people can't find what you have. And what's another great about this is these marketplaces are specific to this type of content. So the people that are on there are ready, willing, and do buy over and over again. Awesome.
And of course, I love the idea as well that you're selling electrons, you're selling digital downloads, you know, and then I just adore that. I mean, that's built a huge business on just that one sort of philosophy that you can do as well and get started here, especially if you are, you know, into children's books, or you've got something that will some aspect of your core knowledge base that translates into something that you could teach, you know, kindergartners through high school, which I just really love. And you know, in addition to all of that, you know, when it comes down to it, you can move some of the ideas that you have in your books and other content over into this marketplace, and that's very powerful as well. It's just like another line in the water, right? You know, someday I used to always say that you're not even in the game until you have some lines in the water. Some days you catch big fish, some days, you know, no fish at all, and some days, you know, you catch small fish, but you're not even in the game unless you've got lines in the water. And this is yet another line in the water, in a pond that's not been overfished, to sort of continue the metaphor, right?
That's a great analogy. And
okay, so go scroll down the bottom of the page, grab this very special deal, and you will love it. And we'll see you in the members area. Bye, everyone.
Bye.